guys, today I thought it'd be fun to take an old times train ride. It's an old steam engine. I think it was built in 1929, is that right? I got to get up here with the engineer. Boy, am I having a blast. Come on, we're gonna go for a ride, huh? You think, Enrique? Yeah. All aboard, come on. Hi, everybody. Before we go on our great train adventure, I'd like to tell you a little story of what happened behind the scenes. When we shot this episode of Grandma's House, I took a bunch of enthusiastic kids on an old-time steam train ride. It was a warm summer's afternoon up in the hills around Mount Rainier. In case you've never heard of Mount Rainier before, it's just one of many volcanic mountains near where I live, up in the northwestern corner of the United States. Anyway, the kids and I were all excited about this excursion. It was just an absolutely perfect day, the perfect chance to get away from the ordinary humdrum of summer and have a really good time together. We had to drive about an hour away from home to get up to the train station, so we loaded up in the old van and off we went. We drove up and down and over narrow, curvy roads, past the little town of Morton, and down a dusty side road to a tiny old logging community. In the old days, they used the train to bring the logs out of the forest and get them to the mills in town. Fortunately, the guys from 3ABN were on the area, and they'd planned to meet us at the station to film our ride. So you can take a peek and see some of what happened too. Here's what the camera saw. Good morning. Welcome to the steam train. Hey, we're going to have a blast. We got perfect weather and we got all our kids. And I can't wait to get on board and see what's along the tracks. Come on, all aboard! Would have been fun to ride in the old trains like that. Woo! Wow. Oh, isn't it pretty up the tracks? Look, go right through the trees.
I've been on this train.
Oh, we're going up to try the Pullman car to see what's up in front of the train. Now go be careful. Woo! Let's look here. Some of the kids wanted to come on inside and cool off a bit. I love it in here. Yes. You like the lights up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't they pretty? Looks like marble.
Yeah.
We're getting really close to a shaky old bridge. It's a big trestle that goes over really high gorge, I think. I'm a little nervous. I don't like heights. Hope it's not too tall. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's look. Oh dear. Ah! Look how far down it is. Look at those. Oh, yes, you could. Did you bring a parachute? Ah! Oh my. I think this has been here too long. Oh, I hear it creaking. Did you? Oh, look, there's a creek way down there. Oh, look at our shadow. You see our shadow on the trees? Oh, this is pretty, but I sure hope it doesn't fall down.
I'm really scared. Scared? Yes. A blast, and everything we see along the tracks. Are we having fun? Yes, we are. I'm glad you can come on with us today too. Ben, I love it when you join us. You should see all along the tracks. There's all kinds of wildlife, wildflowers. I think I might have seen a bear out there. Looks like the kind of a woods where a bear would live, don't you think? Woo! What if you saw a bear out there right now? Well, would you like to go farther right now and see what's up in the next car? Yeah.
Maybe, if we're really lucky, we can go up to the engine after a bit, huh? Maybe you think? I don't know. You think we can try?
Can we really go put our feet?
We can ask. They can only say no, right? Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. We'll take our chances. So why don't we go up in the next car and see what's up there, okay? Okay, let's go. Well, as my mother used to say, we're all tired now. When she said that, she meant it was time for us to go to bed. I think it must be about time for us to go home and take a nap too. It's been a long afternoon, but a really fun trip. I'm so glad you came with us. Yeah, right now, if you can go find a paper and a pencil, you can write down my address so you can write to me. You know, I love getting letters. So, if you're ready, here's the address.
Hey kids, Grandma Joyce would love to hear from you, so why not sit down and write her a letter? Like every grandma, she loves to get pictures, drawings, or anything else you send her. Just write to Grandma's House, P.O. Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Her email is grandma@3abn.org. That's grandma@3abn.org. So what are you waiting for? Write her today.
It was a nice trip, huh? Kind of fun and interesting, right? But not much drama, you say? Oh, wrong. You got to see part of the action. The real story happened on the other side of the camera this time. Like I said before, the crew from 3ABN was supposed to meet us at the station a few minutes before the time posted on the schedule. But we didn't travel together from my house to the station because the crew wanted to take a little side trip and do some filming by themselves first. We had plenty of time for them to do that, and we weren't worried when the kids and I got to the station and the crew wasn't there yet. We were so early that we had time to explore a bit too. As the time for departure got closer though, we went back to the depot to wait for the train and the guys from 3ABN. Pretty soon, other people started to arrive and get their tickets too. A few people had become a crowd, and our friends still hadn't come. We looked down the dusty road for some sign they were on their way, but we couldn't see a thing. We paced back and forth as the minutes ticked by, and the engineer made a fire in the firebox, getting ready to make water turn into steam to drive the wheels of the train. We knew the old engine was getting ready to leave the station, and still the crew was nowhere in sight. I was getting really worried. The kids were getting rather anxious too. What would happen if the crew missed the train? Well, there wouldn't have been this program. That's what would have happened. They would have missed out on a great trip, and we would have been saddened because we couldn't share this time with them. It was getting so late now, the conductor had called, "All aboard!" and some folks were climbing the ladder into the open cars. I wondered if Bobby and Cheryl had been in a wreck or if they'd gotten lost. Who knew? I was getting frantic and worried as I prayed for their safety. Just when I thought all was lost, far away around the bend in the dusty old road, I could see a brownish sort of cloud rising above the trees. A dirty white van came speeding around the corner, going too fast. We skidded on the gravel and careened to a stop. Aha! Our team was here, and not a moment too soon either. "Here they are," I yelled at the conductor. The crew spilled out of every door. They grabbed their gear as fast as they could, and they clambered aboard the old locomotive, gasping for breath. We can laugh about it now, and I guess it was kind of funny because everything turned out all right in the end. But it got me to thinking. I was thinking about some of the old-time songs I remember about railroads and trains and how they're likened to the good news about going to heaven with Jesus. One of these songs says, "Life is like a mountain railroad with an engineer so brave. We must make this run successful from the cradle to the grave." This one talks about how the most important thing in your whole life is to stay with Jesus all the way, and how he will guide us safely through dark and dangerous places to be home with him at last. Another song I remember is this one. "The gospel train's a-comin', I hear it just at hand. I hear the car wheel rumbling and rolling through the land. I hear the train a-comin', she's coming around the curve. She's loosened all her steam and brakes and straining every nerve. The fare is cheap, the rich and poor are there. No second class aboard this train, no difference in the fare." Then the chorus says, "Get on board, little children, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children, there's room for many a more." When some people hear about Jesus for the first time, they know right away they want to go live with him, and they start getting ready immediately. They know he's coming soon, so they don't dawdle around taking side trips or get distracted by anything. They look straight ahead and go for it. That's the way I want to be too. Then there are others who know the train is coming, but they want to see and do other things first. They don't want to miss out on anything, so they think they will do all the fun stuff first and get serious about Jesus, the train, later. Sometimes later never happens, and they never get on board, and they never go home with Jesus. Oh, what a terrible, terrible tragedy that would be. You know what I'm trying to say by telling you this little incident that happened when we were filming one of our adventures, don't you? I'm trying to tell you with all my heart how important it is for you to give your heart to Jesus right now. Don't wait. And remember, he loves you so much, and so do I.